Hey, what's going on, my viewers? My name's Evercade. Welcome back to the channel. And today, I want to open a discussion on something that I don't think many people are discussing on YouTube or in general within the Evercade scene. And that is, what is Evercade's killer app? Now, for those who don't know, a killer app, when it comes to a game console, normally refers to a certain game, a certain series of games, features, something like that. Now, with Evercade, obviously, with it being a retro-focused console, people will argue that that's its killer app. However, we've already seen tons of games from tons of different systems re-released. So, we've seen like flashback consoles for Atari and television. We've seen Sega Mega Drive collections re-released like 100 million times. We've seen Nintendo have stuff like Switch Online and Virtual Console, which released a ton of old games available. So, what is Evercade's killer app? Now, to me, first of all, you can make the argument that, well, you can argue, well, they've got the cartridges. The cartridges are the killer app because obviously you can collect the cartridges, you can keep the cartridges and grow your collection. That is true. That is a good point. Uh, so that I can give you that. That'll be that's one good point. That you can argue that is a killer app. Another thing you can argue is a killer app is new native ports. Now, Cathedral obviously is available on Switch, so it's not an exclusive. But the fact that it is able to run on the Evercade systems is a huge win for Blaze, for Evercade enthusiasts, for gamers in general, because it shows that there's interest in Evercade, enough interest for companies to port their games to Evercade if it's possible. Another thing I was arguing with this killer app is the arcade games. Right, we've seen arcade games from like Capcom and all that sort of stuff re-released on stuff like the PSP, the 360, and the current gen consoles. But I will argue that there is obviously a bunch of lesser known arcade games from companies like Ireme, Terraplane, that we're now getting on Evercade. They're not exclusive, they are available on other platforms, obviously. They've been available on other platforms for a long time. But we are now getting a bunch of arcade games which are either lesser known or haven't been released on physical media in a long time, or aren't the arcade versions. Because I know R-Type, which is on the Ireme Arcade Collection, was on the PC Engine, but the PC Engine version was a completely different port. It was an actual port, not the original arcade version, which is a huge difference. And I'll also argue that the final point I want to make, the final argument I'll make for a killer app, is the microcomputer games, because the microcomputers, obviously, for those who don't know, were huge in Europe throughout the 80s. Stuff like the Commodore 64, the Amiga 500, the Amstrad CPC, the ZX Spectrum, they were all huge back in the 80s in Europe. So for Blaze to start getting stuff like the Commodore 64 and Amiga licenses, that shows that they are interested in trying to bring more gaming history available. And obviously there were some great games on those systems. Obviously the C64 collection's a mixed bag. It's not the best, not the worst collection we've seen, but the Amiga collection will hopefully be a lot better next year, and that will be Evercade's killer app, at least in my eyes, will be the Amiga collections and other microcomputer collections, which will lead to more people looking at Evercade. Oh yeah, you've got this game and this game and this game, and obviously Blaze will then hopefully continue to grow. Evercade will grow as a brand. More games come to Evercade, and it's a circle. It's a cycle. More games sold, more people buy an Evercade, more people buy more games, which means more Evercade sold. There you go. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. What do you think is Evercade's killer app? Do you think it's Cathedral? Do you think it's the microcomputer collection? Do you think it's the arcade games? Do you think it's the cartridges in general? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I've been Evercade. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. I'm signing out. Peace.